Hello, well my name's Mark and I live just outside London in the UK, and even though I am not a wealthy man, I do like a watch, unfortunately, which has cost me a fair amount of money over the years, but not too excessive. However, it's got to the point now where I really should own a Rolex, and I've been umming and ahhing over the last couple of years, 3 or 4 years actually, as to whether to buy one. But the biggest problem I've got is that I don't actually like Rolex. And I know it's unbelievable quality and the engineering involved is quite spectacular, but there's just something about the watches that I don't like, and it's not the actual watches, but we'll come back to that. Anyway, the reason I'm making this video is because I'm a bit of a watch novice. I'm far from being an expert in any kind of like watch, whatever it is you're supposed to be a watch expert. But I do like watches. And while I was doing lots and lots of research, and although if you're going to buy watches, it's well worth investing time watching videos, reading articles, reading blogs, reading anything that you can find, because even though most of it's a lot of old waffle, you will get drip fed some little pearls of wisdom from each thing you read or watch on videos, YouTube, whatever. So after a period of time, you start building quite a good sort of basic knowledge of what's what. And it was while I was watching a video that I discovered, or this fella, a bloke called Kevin O'Leary, mentioned a website and an app called Chrono24. Now I'd seen this before, but I really hadn't taken on notes of it. So this is the guy, the American fella.
I'm going to tell you about an app you can download for free. It's called Chrono24. It lets you put your watch into the app and then gives you the mark-to-market price that it just traded at. And
now this fella's quite interesting. Unfortunately, he's got this tendency to really over-exaggerate and over-accentuate French words in some kind of mad attempt to be some sort of sophisticated European, which, let's face it, as we all know, that's not going to happen with an American. So why he can't just be himself, I don't know. Anyway, again, a lot of it's a bit of a, it's very snobbish and a bit sort of superior, but there are little pearls of wisdom that he comes up with which are definitely worth listening to. Now, I went on to Chrono24 to look at Rolexes, and I still can't really stomach paying the money for a Rolex, but we'll come back to that in a different video. But what I did do, I got bored and I went on to Chrono24. It looks like that, and I have to say it is brilliant, a brilliant website and a brilliant app to have on your phone. There are so many watches worldwide dealerships that you can look at, read about, get the prices on, see what watches are going for, what prices, what's good, what's bad, and the picture quality usually is very good, so you can actually get a really good look at the quality of the watch that you're looking for. However, I got bored. Now, I like Tag Heuer, not saying they're the best watch in the world, but I do like their watches, and I got bored, so I started looking at Tag Heuer watches, and that's when I found, I don't know if it's going to come up, but we'll have a look. Notepad. Let's see if it's still on here, which it probably won't be. There it is. And I started looking around and I found this little baby. Now this is a Tag Heuer caliber 16 with a blue face and blue leather strap, and it literally jumped off the page at me. I'd obviously seen this before, but somehow I overlooked it. But this particular watch and the photograph really jumped off the page at me. Bearing in mind it's surrounded by other tags. But anyway, oh wow, that is a nice watch. And I want it. Anyway, the price I wasn't sure about because I hadn't looked at this watch, so I had no idea what the actual retail price was or what it should be priced at. So again, because Chrono24 gives you that information, you can start scouting around to see what prices this watch goes for. Now the other thing is that I am incredibly fortunate in that I have a shopping centre quite close by in Dartford called Blue Water, and there are 5 or 6 high-end jewellers, watch retailers. Omega have got their own dealership in there, and so's Tag Heuer now. So I can go down and look at anything I want in the flesh. So that's exactly what I did. I went down to Blue Water, went to the Tag Heuer dealership and looked at this watch, and they had it with a metal strap bracelet, and they also had it in the blue leather. Now when I quoted the price, they quoted me £3,500 for either metal or leather. So I then asked how much would it be with both straps, and the young lady couldn't tell me exactly, but she estimated that the metal strap would be at least possibly £400 to £450 added on to the cost of the watch. So as at this point I stopped and I went, so that's nearly £4,000. Came back to Chrono24, and this fella in Italy, dealer, and he's selling this watch for £2,500. Now obviously there's a difference with the euro and different whatever, but it still seemed a little bit too good to be true. So I messaged him and asked him about the metal strap, and he said, yes, we can do you the metal strap as well for €400, which works out another 300 quid. So basically I could buy the same watch with the leather, blue leather, and the metal steel strap or bracelet for £2,800. Now it starts getting a bit worried. A few hundred quid, maybe, not too bad. You start getting over 500 quid, I get a bit skittish about transferring or using that sort of sum of money through the internet. However, Chrono24, and again, I spent lots of time looking through this, reading reviews, checking on the internet, vlogs, blogs, whatever, through Chrono24 itself, and investigating escrow, which is their payment system. Now, if you don't know what escrow is, it's quite clever, really. I mean, they use it for other things, not just buying and selling watches, but basically it's a third-party bank account. You deposit the money into the account, the seller then gets notified that the money's been put into that account. They then send you the product. In this case, it's going to be a watch. When you've received the product and you're 100% happy with what you've got, the money is then and only then released to the person who's selling the goods. Now, if you receive the goods and they're not what you think it's going to be, or it's rubbish, you just say no, send it back, and the money from escrow goes back into your account. End of story. Nobody gets damaged. So again, it's made me very, very nervous. But I thought, you know what? Maybe fortune may smile on me, and I might just get this watch with the 2 straps at probably around about £700 or £800, possibly more, cheaper than buying it from my local Blue Water dealership. Now I know for a fact that the shops in Blue Water, their rent and rates are somewhere around about £100,000 to £150,000 a year. So you can see why they would probably be a lot more expensive. But we will see. So watch this space. I have ordered this watch. I've paid for it into the escrow account. Evidently the watch has now been dispatched from Italy. So now we'll have to wait and see what arrives. And when it does, I'll video the results. When I get the box, we'll open it and we'll see what we get. But anyway, part 1 of my Chrono24 experience and the purchase of a Tag Heuer caliber 16 in blue. So I'll see you in a few days, hopefully when I get my package. I'll see you then.